Hello and welcome back to the English Conversation Hub. I'm Ava.
And I'm Oliver. It's great to be with you all again.
So, Oliver, today we're tackling a topic that I think pretty much every English learner has struggled with at some point.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
It's that little voice in your head, the one that's constantly translating from your native language into English before you speak. We're talking about how to finally stop translating and start thinking in English to speak more confidently and naturally.
Ah, yes, the old mental gymnastics. This is a huge one. It's like running every single sentence through a little processor in your brain before it's allowed to come out of your mouth.
Exactly. We call it the translation trap, and it's something that can really hold you back from feeling fluent.
For sure. I mean, think about it. You're in a coffee shop and you want to order a drink. A simple task, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in your head, you're thinking, okay, first I say hello, then I say I want. No, wait, I would like is more polite. I would like a coffee. What kind of coffee? A large latte with oat milk. You build the entire sentence word for word in your native language first.
Oh, totally. And you're so focused on getting the grammar absolutely perfect
Right.
that by the time you've rehearsed it and you're finally ready to speak, the barista is looking at you like, hello, are you going to order? And the line behind you is getting longer. It's so much pressure.
It's a huge amount of pressure, and I think it comes from how we're taught English in school. It's all about textbooks and grammar rules and getting the right answer on a test.
Yeah, you're conditioned to believe that making a mistake is like the worst thing you can possibly do. So you double check and triple check everything in your head.
Exactly. This fear of saying something wrong becomes this massive mental block. But here's the secret. In the real world, native speakers don't care if your grammar is perfect. They just want to understand what you're trying to say.
100%. It's about communication, not perfection. And that translation step is the biggest enemy of smooth, natural communication.
So let's break down exactly why it's such a problem. The most obvious reason, as we've sort of touched on, is that it makes you incredibly slow.
It's so slow. It's like, think of the process. Step 1, you hear something in English. Step 2, your brain has to process and translate that into your native language.
Mm-hmm.
Step 3, you think of a reply in your language. Step 4, you painstakingly translate your reply back into English, worrying about every single word choice and verb tense along the way.
It's a four-step process for what should be a one-step action. And while your brain is running that whole diagnostic check, the real-life conversation has already moved three topics ahead.
Right? You finally have your perfect sentence ready, and you look up and they're talking about something completely different. You missed your chance.
And you miss more than just your turn to speak. You miss the little things, the social cues, the jokes, the follow-up questions. You're not really present in the conversation. You're just stuck in your own head.
That's such a good point. It prevents you from truly connecting with the other person. And beyond that, it is just so mentally exhausting.
Oh, it's draining. Your brain is working twice as hard as it needs to. It's not sustainable. You can't have long, enjoyable conversations if you feel like you're taking a final exam every time you open your mouth.
Okay, so we've established that the translation trap is, well, it's a trap. It's slow, it's exhausting, and it holds you back. So let's get into the good stuff, the practical, actionable strategies to finally break the habit. Oliver, what's your number one tip?
My absolute number one tip, and it sounds almost too simple, is to actively practice thinking in English.
Okay, so how does that work in practice?
You don't need to start by trying to, ponder the meaning of life in English. You start really, really small. You become the narrator of your own life.
Oh, I like that. So, like, as you're making breakfast.
Exactly. You just think to yourself in English, okay, I'm opening the fridge, I'm taking out the eggs, The pan is on the stove. It's getting hot. Simple, direct sentences about what you're seeing and doing.
It's like building a little private English world inside your own head. There's no pressure, no one is listening or judging you.
Precisely. You're just getting your brain comfortable with forming thoughts directly in English. You're creating new neural pathways that bypass that old translation habit. You do this for 5-10 minutes a day, and it starts to become more automatic.
That's a fantastic starting point. Okay, my next strategy is all about learning in chunks.
Chunks? Explain what you mean by chunks.
So instead of memorizing individual vocabulary words in isolation, you learn common phrases and sentence fragments that native speakers use all the time. You learn chunks of language.
Okay, so an example would be instead of just learning the word opinion, you learn the whole phrase in my opinion or from my point of view.
Yes, exactly. Or instead of just learning suggest, you learn the chunks how about we and what if we tried. When you learn this way, you don't have to build sentences from scratch every single time.
That makes so much sense. You're essentially giving yourself a library of pre-made sentence parts that you can just grab and use. It makes you so much faster.
It does, and it makes you sound more natural because you're using the same building blocks that native speakers do. It's a total game changer for fluency.
All right, my turn again. This next tip is about input. You have to immerse your ears in English.
Ah, the classic immersion technique. Listen to podcasts, like this one, we hope.
Yes, definitely like this one. But here's the key. When you're watching a movie or a YouTube video, turn off the subtitles in your native language.
Ooh, that feels like taking the training wheels off. It can be a little scary.
It can, but the goal is not to understand 100%. The goal is to train your brain to get the main idea from context. You're learning to be comfortable with not knowing every single word, which is a critical skill for real-life conversation.
That's such an important mindset shift. You're training your brain to stop panicking and start problem solving when it hears something unfamiliar. You're focusing on the overall meaning, not the individual words.
Yes, and your listening skills will improve dramatically.
Okay, so building on that listening idea, what about a more active technique, like shadowing?
Shadowing is an amazing technique. A little strange to do on the bus, maybe.
Right. Maybe save this one for when you're home alone. Can you explain what it is?
For sure. Shadowing is when you listen to a short clip of a native speaker and you try to repeat what they're saying. In real time, just a split second behind them. You're not just copying the words, you're copying their rhythm, their intonation, the way their voice rises and falls.
It's like muscle memory for your mouth and your tongue.
Totally. And because you have to speak so quickly, there is literally no time for your brain to translate. It forces a direct connection between your ears and your mouth. It's an incredibly powerful way to improve your pronunciation and fluency.
It really is. Okay, so we've got thinking in English, learning in chunks, immersive listening, and shadowing. I think that brings us to our final and maybe most important tip of all.
I think I know what you're going to say.
It's just, you have to speak.
There it is.
All these other techniques are fantastic preparation, but nothing replaces actual practice. Find low-pressure situations to speak, talk to yourself in the car, find a language exchange partner online, and give yourself permission to make mistakes. You know, that touches on something I think we should dedicate a bit more time to, the psychology behind it all. It's not just about techniques and strategies, but about the mindset. Specifically, how to overcome that deep-seated fear of making mistakes.
That's the core of it all, isn't it? The more you force yourself to speak, even when it's uncomfortable, the more those chunks become automatic. The more the rhythm of the language becomes second nature. The less you'll even need to translate because you'll just know what to say.
Exactly. The confidence doesn't come from waiting until you're perfect. The confidence comes from the act of doing it.
Wow, okay. That was a lot of great, actionable advice. Should we do a quick recap for everyone listening?
Let's do it. So, our top tips to stop translating in your head are
Number 1. Start small by thinking in English. Narrate your daily activities to yourself.
number 2, learn language in chunks and phrases, not just single words.
Number 3. Immerse yourself in English without your native language subtitles and focus on getting the main idea.
Number 4, practice the shadowing technique to improve your pronunciation and flow.
And number 5, the most important one, just speak. Embrace imperfection and focus on communication.
It really is that simple and that challenging, but it's so worth it. The freedom you feel when you can just express yourself without that mental barrier is incredible.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today here at the English Conversation Hub.
We really hope these tips help you break out of the translation trap. Let us know in the comments which one you're going to try first.
And as always, if you found this helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
See you next time. Bye.